Hey, I'm here with Alex Sexton, and he's going to tell us everything we need to know about the big Java event. This is like the mega event of the century in Java, happening right here in Austin, Texas. So give us the who, what, where, when, and why, okay?
Alright, it's called Texas JavaScript. It's a JavaScript event for anyone here in, actually anywhere. We actually have someone coming from Norway. So what it is a conference. We've got 3 tracks lined up of JavaScript talks from some of the best people in the industry. So it is at the Marchesa Conference Center up in North Austin, just barely up north, still about a 10-minute drive to downtown. And we're going to have Douglas Crockford, we're going to have John Rezig, we're going to have Yuri Zaitsev, Andrew DuPont, all these guys from the industry. That's JayQuery, that's Dojo, that's Yahoo. Google's sponsoring a Hack Night afterwards. That's at 7 p.m. down at Texas Co-working here in Austin. Facebook's sponsoring a happy hour at the Ginger Man the night before on that Friday. And the talk's gonna be great. We're covering everything from CSS3 with Stubbornella, and we're covering Dojo, and we're covering accessibility. Joe McCann here from Austin. Some of the locals. It's going to be a really fun event for everyone to come down and learn a lot about JavaScript.
And what do you think of this event tonight? What you heard, the 2 talks you heard tonight?
Refresh here in Austin.
Refresh Austin, yeah.
Is always great. I really enjoy Refresh. The people are the best people to come and hang out with and talk with afterwards. The talks are always great, but the people make it what's awesome.
How many people do you think you'll have at the Java event? What's it exactly called again?
Texas JavaScript, or TXJS for short. It's texasjavascript.com if you'd like to check out the website. It's June 5th. There might be 2 tickets left before it sells out. And I think Yahoo, who is another sponsor, is going to have a contest for 1 or 2 of the final tickets. So keep your eye open on the YDN blog for
total attendance at each of the 3 events is about what?
There are going to be 200 people at the conference, and we'd imagine that a good chunk of those come out to each or the other event for Friday or Saturday night Hack Night.
And on Twitter, are you guys have a Twitter for the event?
Our Twitter is at TXJS. 4 letters, easy. TXJS, Texas JavaScript.
Facebook?
I'm not sure I have a Facebook, but if you want one, we'll get one for you.
Yeah, we want one. Definitely get one of those. And tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do and what's your claim to fame.
Sure. I work for the presenting sponsor of TXJS, and that is Bizarre Voice. They are the people who are paying us to put this on. I am a labs engineer for them, and I do a lot with JavaScript and front-end web development in the past, and then I also do some Python and Django on the back end. And then I also am part of a podcast, the YayQuery podcast, kind of a play on JayQuery. So that's yayquery.com, YayQuery.com. And that's a mostly weekly podcast that we talk about JayQuery, but mostly JavaScript development and things like that. That's actually the body that's hosting this TXJS event. YayQuery is hosting TXJS, and specifically Rebecca Murphy, one of our podcast members and co-host. She's kind of spear-posting this, so shout out to her as well.
So you, Rebecca, who else is part of the podcast?
The podcast is Alex Sexton, Rebecca Murphy out of Durham, North Carolina, Paul Irish, who works for Google, currently in Boston, and is moving down to San Francisco to work at Google, and then Adam J. Sontag out of New York.
And are you on iTunes?
We are on iTunes, and we're
what's the keyword on iTunes?
YayQuery.
Y-A-Y, right?
YayQuery.
All right. And what are the hot topics on your podcast coming up? What you may have talked about recently?
Sure. We talk about, I think a lot of our previous episodes were about the recent release of jQuery 1.4 and jQuery UI 1.8. We talk about things that happened in the past week or 2 weeks since we've talked. So if we'll go to JSConf, we'll talk about everything that's happened there. We'll talk about anything that's been posted online, and we'll kind of break it down. We have different segments for different skill levels. So we'll have the beginner's corner. It's I'll warn you, it's a very very well branded, fun podcast in the sense that we might have like a children's song starting and off, and it's very fun. So we'll have Pillow Talk is the section where we talk about our favorite developers, and we'll have Paul Irish's anti-pattern for performance of the week, where we talk about performance in JavaScript, and we have a lot of different segments that can cover the different parts of it, and we'll also interview people quite often. So we just interviewed Brian LaRue of PhoneGap and Nitobi about some of the mobile web and mobile JavaScript.
Are you all like Skyping in together, or are you actually physically together when you do the cast?
Yeah, we actually do. Currently the setup has been Skype for voice, and we don't see each other, and then we use like a flip camera or Kodak camera to shoot in HD, and then we'll sync with our audio, which is separate mics also, and then sync that all together. And
so you're a video podcast.
Yeah, we also do video as well. That may become less common, just so we can get more information out to you guys.
Sure.
Because the editing kind of takes a lot of effort, but we would love to get the information out first and foremost, and the video stuff is awesome.
Great. What episode are you in now?
I think we are. We filmed up to 17, and we've put out up to 14.
And when did you do the first one?
I think we started about 6 or 7 months ago, maybe in November.
So you've been around a little while.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad to see that Austin's developing sort of a few shows in the podcast area, you know, because like they talked about tonight, the West Coast kind of poo-poos Austin when it comes to the podcast scene, so I'm glad to see it's developing. What do you think about the podcast scene here in Austin?
Yeah, I'm good friends with Dave Rupert, who is a part of the ATX web show. We have a lot of podcasters in Austin. We're kind of coming up on the tech side of things, but I'm excited about the ATX web show and YayQuery. I'm only 1/4 of YayQuery, but we're having our event in Austin, so that's a good sign. Facebook's coming to Austin to set up a new shop. I think we're the new tech place, the new hot tech.
I think things are going to happen, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, great talking to you. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks.